Hi, my name is Savannah Hagan, and I chose to do my final PowerPoint presentation on Chapter 7, which will be an overview on the socio-emotional development in middle childhood. During my Chapter 7 overview, I will be discussing three main topics, which include socio-emotional development in middle childhood, how parenting styles affect development, sibling relationships, divorce and remarriage. The first topic I want to talk about regarding parenting styles and family systems is how family is the structure behind a child's development, meaning it is so crucial to have a strong support system during the middle childhood development stages. The way families interact, treat each other, the overall relationships, they're all super important for a child and can affect family dynamics. Many factors go into family systems and their dynamic. Lots of systems, parenting styles, and social interactions depend on external factors and may come from previous family systems that were learned. Some styles that parents may realize they disagree with can be altered, but most of what they have learned growing up as a child gets passed down to their children in their developmental years as well. Family systems can include the following factors like culture, neighborhood, extended family, work, religion, school, family like mother and father, and then getting passed down to the child. It's all a big circle. Next up in parenting styles, I want to talk about how there are two general dimensions: warm and responsive versus hostile and uninvolved. And then extreme control versus no control. Subcategories to these dimensions include authoritarian, which is high control and low warmth. Authoritative is greater control plus warmth. And then permissive is low control and warm. And then uninvolved is low control and low warmth. Next up is parenting and culture. Culture can greatly affect parenting styles due to the cultural norms, religion involved in certain cultures, as well as typical attitudes and behaviors among cultures. These two groups of cultures are vastly different, but the two cultures in each group also share many similarities. The first group is European and American cultures. They both portray a warm, moderate control and individualist style. And then the other group is Asian and Latin American cultures. They value cooperation and collaboration. And the two styles are pretty different, but each style in the same group are pretty similar, even though they may come from different cultures and backgrounds. Next up in parenting styles, I want to talk about genetic influences and behaviors in parenting styles. Parenting styles often handed down, but they evolve over time. So I'm going to learn a lot of stuff from my mom on what I want to teach my kids, but I'm going to change it to my liking and what I think she did well versus what I don't think she did well and I want to change. Behavior, environment, and genetics are influences on parenting styles which the influence affects childhood development. As a parent, you're just acting as your child's coach, and you want to guide them in the right direction while being a good role model and providing them with adequate feedback for them to know the difference between right and wrong and to set them down a good path in life. Parents affect children's behaviors and developments immensely, but children can also affect parents' behaviors too, which is family dynamics. Parenting styles will differ per household, background, genetics, and environments, but styles will also differ depending on the child and their behaviors, age, cognitive / physical and mental abilities. All goes into a child's development, and the parenting styles play a huge role in the person that a child becomes. There can be harmful or rewarding effects that can be long-term on a child, so it's always best to be a great role model and have good balance in your parenting styles while being aware of what you are doing and saying to your children, because it affects their development and their life. The second topic I want to talk about is siblings and sibling relationships. Because although siblings can be great for a firstborn child, it can also cause problems like regression and withdrawal. Resentment and jealousy can easily arise from the first adjust to becoming an older sibling when the child no longer has all eyes on them and all the attention. Older siblings can also take the route of maturing fast and developing faster and becoming super helpful in caretaking of the younger siblings. The same effects apply. All families are different. Factors like environment, income, genetics, etc. They can all be effects towards relationships between siblings in a household. Furthermore, I'm going to talk about family relationships regarding divorce and remarriage. Having a healthy relationship in your marriage contains so many benefits for a child and their development. In cases with unsuccessful or unhealthy marriages can result in an unstable family and effect on your child's emotions, social abilities, and behaviors, and rise issues like anxiety or depression for a child. Family relationships are so important. Divorce and remarriage have detrimental effects on a child, especially at a young age, while in middle childhood development especially. It usually depends on the extent, but when there are things like court orders involved and lack of seeing the other parents and messed up schedules, where parents can't even speak to each other without having negative effects on a child. All these things can really negatively affect a child's mental and emotional state, as well as it's not teaching them great things about marriage or relationships for their own life. Problems can begin to arise in areas like social development, schools, sports, conduct, and self-respect. Children can thrive and adjust well in blended families as long as there is no preference shown to a particular child. In closing, family styles and relationships are very important for a child in middle childhood development, and it is so important that you set a good example and you're a good role model for your children, and that you try to have a good family dynamic and good relationships with your spouse and your kids, whether you have just one or multiple. Thank you for watching/listening.